Dear friends, we are going to discuss regarding section 144 Cr.P.C. That is, normally whenever situations like unlawful assemblies are gathering, or whenever the executive magistrate receives information, they can issue a gag order on the assembly of more than 4 persons. Normally, as a layman understands, 144 means whenever there is any law and order problem, the executive magistrate so-called gives the prohibitory orders. But now this has become whether it is a bane or boon to the executive or to the public. Now let us discuss. సహజంగా మనకి 144 అనగానే ఏదైనా గొడవలు అయినప్పుడు నలుగురు కానీ అంటే 5 కానీ అంతకన్నా నలుగురు కన్నా ఎక్కువ 5 కానీ అంతకన్నా ఎక్కువ మంది కానీ ఎట్టి పరిస్థితుల్లో ఆయుధములు ధరించి ఒక చోట గుంపుగా చేరరాదు. దిస్ ఇస్ ద బేసిక్ ఆఫ్ 144. కానీ దీంట్లో ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, మనకి అకార్డింగ్ టు సిఆర్పిసి ఏంటంటే దీంట్లో ఇస్ ద ప్రొవిజన్ యాక్చువల్గా అర్జెంట్ కేసెస్ ఆఫ్ న్యూసెన్స్ ఆర్ అపరెంటెడ్ డేంజర్. ఈ సందర్భాల్లోనే they have to so-called issue they have to promulgate the so-called prohibitory orders. So 144 ప్రకారం ఇస్తారు. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఎంత క్యాజువల్గా జరిగిపోతుంది, ఎందుకంటే దీంట్లో మొట్టమొదటి తెలుస్తున్నాం. నెంబర్ 1, whenever any subdivisional or executive magistrate or district magistrate means తహసీల్దార్, ఆర్డీఓ ఆర్ కలెక్టర్, ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ అంటే వీళ్ళు. సిటీస్లో అయితే కమిషనర్ ఆఫ్ పోలీస్, when they receive information about any incident and ongoing incident or likely to happen incident of number 1 nuisance, second apprehended danger. Nuisance already we told, so which will cause annoyance, which will interfere with the lawful justified right to property or person of any individual. This is what is called nuisance. In the case of nuisance and in the case of apprehended danger means there is an outbreak of law and order issue. In such cases, the executive magistrate is competent to prohibit the assembly of 4 or more than 4 persons with weapons. So it is a violation. And normally, as per law, let us discuss about the constitutional part. Article 19(1), Article 19, Clause 1, Clause B says peaceable union or peaceable movement. You can form into a union or you can assemble. Yes, you can assemble without arms. There, without arms. Here what he says is, if more than 4 persons with arms, if they form into a union or if they form into a group, it is prohibited. So definitely it is a violation of Article 19. But please remember, Article 19 Clause 2 says there will be some reasonable restrictions. So this comes under reasonable restriction, not a violation. It comes under a reasonable restriction. Please understand the difference clearly. మొదట మీకు అర్థం అవడానికని ఇది వైలేషన్ ఆఫ్ 19 అవునా కాదా అన్నాను. నౌ ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్ యూ, నో డౌట్ ఇట్స్ a violation, but it is a reasonable restriction. So according to this reasonable restriction, the executive magistrate is competent. But now the allegation is they are bridled with they are endowed with so much powers. So they are using it to their whims and fancies. They are not using it in a just way. They are using it as they like. How these are things happening? So very recently there was an uproar or a lot of incidents of violence in almost entire India regarding the Citizenship Amendment Act bill. And now it has become an act because it has taken the assent of the President of India. Now it has become an act. సో దీని మీద ప్రతి రాష్ట్రంలో కూడా ఉంది. ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో ప్రతి రాష్ట్రంలో గొడవ అవుతుంది. నిన్న మొన్న ఈ మైసూర్ స్టేట్లో చనిపోవడం, ఇది చనిపోవడం, ఢిల్లీలో రోజు జామియా ఇస్లామియా యూనివర్సిటీ గొడవలు, డైలీ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్. సో ఎవ్రీ ప్లేస్ దే ఆర్ ఇంపోజింగ్ ది సో కాల్డ్ 144 CR.P.C ఆర్డర్స్. సో ఇక్కడ 2 రకాలు ఎలా ఇవ్వవచ్చును. ద మ్యాజిస్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ హిజ్ ఓన్ మోషన్, అంటే ఆయనకు వచ్చిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బట్టి, లేదా సుమోటో అంటాం కదా మనం, డైరెక్ట్లీ హీ కెన్ టేక్. నార్మల్లీ whenever he receives information normally from the police or some other agency, he can issue orders. If he even receives by himself, definitely he can issue orders. How many months it should be there, once the order is given, of course, when normalcy is restored, he has to he has to once again take back the same. That means the orders will be dismissed. But normally the orders can be in force up to 2 months. The longest period is 6 months only. The longest period is 6 months only. Normally, to restrict the so-called restrict the, what I mean to say is normally at the time of some certain rallies or political agitations. So normally yesterday instance, citizenship is definitely, I hope it's a political issue. Of course, students are also annoyed and they are also coming onto the roads. So anyway, in such issues, definitely to bring the normalcy or to see that the law and order does not fail, they can implement the orders. Maximum period 6 hours. So please remember, naturally, according to the principles of natural justice, they have to give an occasion or they have to give a chance for the parties to represent. They can pass the orders ex parte, means in times of emergency, they can pass the orders ex parte according to section 144 clause 2. So an order in case of emergency or in case where the circumstances do not serve of serving the due time notice. Normally notice, it takes a lot of time, therefore they can give. This is what is they are using very abruptly or very, of course, to their whims and fancies, I can say, already told you. But 6 months they should not exceed. At the same time, after giving notices, they have to hear the matter. That means conducting inquiry. The inquiry will be completed normally within 6 months. Of course, 99% of the cases, they will lift the so-called prohibitory orders within 2 days or 3 days. Right. So the funniest part is, even when the exams, maybe 10th class, intermediate, degree 10th class, MSET, when all these exams are going on, so the executive magistrates, they promulgate the 144 orders. Here, what do they say? Union of more than 5 persons with weapons, with any sharp-edged weapons, with any sticks, it is prohibited. You have to understand. Normally, the gentleman says that nobody, more than 4 should not gather at one place. Here it is very clear that they should not gather with weapons, because it is in, suppose if they say like this, it is against to the Article 19.1. The Article 19 says peaceably they can assemble. So this is the main point of law. So please remember 2 points here. Apprehended danger, that means apprehended law and order problem. So there is an issue that some political party is going to damage or going to go to the railway station, going to the railway station and stopping Coromandel Express or important train. Yes, definitely the executive magistrate is 100% correct in prohibiting the promulgatory orders, but not for the so-called examinations, other things. But still, without any verification, they give certain things. This happens in case of nuisance, section 145. Whenever there is a dispute regarding a tank, regarding a land, all this, when one party comes, the judge, the so-called executive magistrate, gives a notice to the other party. Even without giving notice also, they will give the so-called 145 orders. Of course, they have to conduct the inquiry and they have to complete the inquiry within 6 months. Otherwise, it becomes infractious. దీనిలో చిన్న విషయం చెప్పాలి. 6 months అని ఇంతకాలం చెప్పా కదా. Please remember, in and around the Parliament House, in and around the Bangla President, that is Raisina Hills and Presidential Building, the orders under 144 Cr.P.C will be continued years together or decades together. ఎప్పుడు 6 నెలలకు ఒకసారి ఇస్తూనే ఉంటారు. అనుకున్న ఒకటి 4 కన్నా ఎక్కువ చేరకూడదని. Of course, మరి దానికి సెక్యూరిటీ ఉండాలి కాబట్టి definitely they have to. Anyway, even for the Supreme Court also, definitely orders under 144. Even though we tell you that according to section 327 Cr.P.C, the court to be open, everybody should be allowed, but 327 only with second part ఉంటుంది. The court can restrict the entry of anybody, any people. They can restrict the publication of any news also. ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి చెప్పడం ఇదిగా ఉండదు. Anyway, this is regarding 144, but nowadays it has become common for the officers, the so-called executive magistrates with the power. సో ఇఫ్ దిస్ వైలేషన్ 144 వైలేట్ చేస్తే 188 ఐపీసీ కింద వాళ్ళ మీద పెట్టవచ్చును, 3 years జైలు కూడా వేయవచ్చును. సో వీ రిక్వెస్ట్ ది ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ అథారిటీస్ నాట్ టు use the weapon. This is a weapon given to you. Even you can pass the orders on ex parte given to you. So sparingly, not to use it quite often, only in times of necessary. Thank you.